not an option. You all know where that came from, right? Apollo 13. The actual quote was, "We've never lost an American in space. We're not going to lose one on my watch. Failure is not an option." That was Gene Kranz. He was the flight director of all of the odd-numbered Apollo missions. His wife would knit him a new white vest for each mission. Failure is not an option. How many of you hold to that in your daily lives, especially your work lives? How many of you believe that if we all try just a little bit harder, that we can believe with the same strength that Gene Kranz had, that failure is in fact not an option? Well, fellow Toastmasters, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. You're all wrong. You're wrong because you will never have the lives of 3 men in the palm of your hands. You're wrong because you will never have the entire world watching the outcome of what you do. And you are wrong because none of you are Gene Kranz. Which means that none of you have had the lifetime of experience that built him up to be the right man in that white vest when this great country needed him. So, failure might be an option. I know that I am a deeply flawed man. I've been married for 17 years. I have 3 teenage children. I'm reminded on a constant basis of my failure. But not only have I learned to live with failure, I couldn't live without failure. Nor would I be the success, limited success that I am today, if it wasn't for the long string of failures that I've trailed behind me since birth. And that's part of the problem, is that we think of failure as just that, failure, as baggage, instead of thinking of it as a necessary component in our ongoing growth. Thomas Edison did not invent the light bulb on his first swing of the bat, even if he played for the Mets. He invented the light bulb after thousands of failed attempts. And sometimes it's the way society looks at failure. Michael Eisner, chairman of Disney, said, "To punish failure is another way to encourage mediocrity." I carry in my wallet a little card. It's long. It's from Bill McKnight, who was chairman of 3M. I'm not going to read the whole thing. But it ends with, "Management that is destructively critical when mistakes are made kills initiative. And it's essential that we have many people with initiative if we're to continue to grow." Initiative. Judgment and initiative. Without our past failures, judgment has no basis. If we have been cowed by our past failures, we will never show initiative. Our future judgment, our future initiative is based on what? It's based on our past failures. It's based on what did we learn? Were we encouraged to move on? Were we motivated? Were we taught? Here at Toastmasters, failure is at the core of how we grow. Every speech has an evaluation. It was so important we just had a contest on evaluations. And what happens in an evaluation? They point out the good things and what? They point out the bad. They point out the path to growth. Every evaluation is an indication of some failure. But do we stop speaking? Do we stop growing? No! We turn the page in our Competent Communicator Manual, and we apply what we just learned to the next project. And there's always a next project. I'm going to let you in on one final secret. Gene Kranz never said failure is not an option. That was Hollywood. Pure Hollywood. But he lived it every day of his life, and he persevered, and he brought his 3 astronauts home. Don't punish yourself for failure. And never let anyone else punish you for failure. Pick yourself up, brush away the debris, and get on with your life. But remember what you just learned.